In the realm of healthcare, compliance with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, is crucial, as non-compliance can lead to significant penalties. The penalties for failing to adhere to HIPAA regulations vary widely depending on the nature of the violation, underscoring the importance of understanding these consequences to safeguard healthcare organizations. HIPAA enforcement and penalties. Types of penalties for non-compliance. When organizations fail to comply with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, they may face various penalties. These penalties range from monetary fines to criminal charges, depending on the severity of the non-compliance. In this tutorial, we will explore the different types of penalties that can be imposed on entities for not adhering to HIPAA regulations. Civil monetary penalties, CMPs. Civil monetary penalties are one of the most common types of penalties imposed for non-compliance with HIPAA regulations. These penalties are issued by the Office for Civil Rights, OCR, which is responsible for enforcing HIPAA. The amount of the penalty depends on the nature and extent of the violation. Below are the two tiers of CMPs. Tier 1. Violations that the organization was unaware of or could not have realistically avoided. The penalty for Tier 1 violations ranges from $100 to $50,000 per violation, with an annual maximum of $25,000. Tier 2. Violations that occurred due to willful neglect but were corrected within a specified time frame. The penalty for Tier 2 violations ranges from $1,000 to $50,000 per violation, with an annual maximum of $100,000. Corrective action plans, CAPs. In addition to civil monetary penalties, the OCR may require organizations to implement a corrective action plan, SAP, to address the underlying causes of non-compliance. A CAP outlines the steps that the entity must take to correct the violation and prevent similar incidents in the future. Failure to comply with the CAP-P can result in additional penalties and sanctions. Breach notification. HIPAA requires covered entities to notify affected individuals, the OCR, and sometimes the media in the event of a breach of protected health information, PHI. The OCR will investigate the breach and determine if any penalties are warranted. The severity of the breach, the number of individuals affected, and the level of negligence by the organization are factors considered when determining the penalty. Criminal penalties. In cases where HIPAA violations involve intentional misconduct or fraudulent activities, criminal penalties can be imposed. Criminal penalties can lead to fines and imprisonment. The Department of Justice, DOJ, is responsible for prosecuting individuals involved in HIPAA violations that warrant criminal charges. The severity of the punishment for criminal violations varies depending on the offense. Misdemeanor. Intentional unauthorized disclosure of PHI or obtaining PHI for personal gain, with a maximum penalty of $50,000 and up to 1 year imprisonment. B. Felony. Obtaining or disclosing PHI with the intent to sell, transfer, or use it for commercial advantage, personal gain, or malicious harm can result in fines of up to $250,000 and imprisonment for up to 10 years. Conclusion. Non-compliance with HIPAA regulations can lead to severe penalties for organizations. These penalties include civil monetary penalties, corrective action plans, breach notifications, and criminal charges. It is crucial for covered entities to understand the consequences of non-compliance and take proactive measures to ensure compliance with HIPAA regulations.